And we told you we weren't going to be gone for long, and this game is already underway. Lazarus has picked up the 2-0, looking like they're in a man advantage now as they're looking to take the 3-0. And we have Inferno, a nice change of pace from Overpass. Polar Ace, always a very surprising team, always a fun team to watch. Now Swag moving up close and personal, and he's found the pick onto Picky. Now it's a 2-man advantage, and a bit of information as well. Especially with Sub Rosa pushed all the way in Banana.
Infinite just caught a peek of AGM as well, moving up the arch spot. So he's going to have the flank here in a moment. AGM's got to put a clock on that, otherwise he's going to get caught out. Swag can just watch for it. They're up close. There's the crossfire, the bait and switch play. There was no winning from that position for Shank. It's going to be a nice 3-0 for Polar Ace, or for Lazarus, rather, as we hop into this game. This is, I mean, yeah, that Polar Ace roster, always a good time. I just watched Base and AGM at a local LAN this last weekend that they happened to win. So that
be surprised.
part of the roster at least moving strong. And meanwhile, Lazarus, of course, one of the most exciting names right now.
And they seem to be improving every single time I watch them as well. So, I mean, they're not really, like, hit their skill ceiling by any means. Infinite going aggressive with the help of Sub Rosa towards B. They found themselves a kill. And, of course, this is only nothing but a half buy here. Just pistols and light armor for Polar Ace. So, I imagine Lazarus will be picking this one up as well. Unless this goes horribly wrong. But I just don't foresee it with the kind of weapon and utility they have.
Now, a little bit of presence here. There's the swing out. Picky finds one, but he's silenced immediately. And the swing from Swag is good, but only good for one more. A little bit of space gained here. The problem is the rifles are beyond the threshold of that Molotov and so unretrievable. AGM and Base are going to try and group up and do whatever damage they can, and it's just going to be Base. If he finds his player on Banana, though, that's a path towards the ball plant, so he's going to try and chase it down. And Infinite swinging just a little bit too fast for him to hit. That's the 4-0. They did a little bit of economic damage, but not enough to really make it matter. And looking at the scoreboard, it seems that Swag and Infinite are just out of the gate fast here. 7 and 1 apiece.
Yeah, I see that. That's pretty nuts. Let's see. We kind of missed the early side. So I really want to see how they're playing, how they're approaching this defense side right now. They seem to be going aggressive while they have the utility counter flashes, counter Molotov to come out. Sub Rosa's been eliminated before the support flash could come out from Infinite, so they've already lost a man here.
A little bit of the answer, Nade, but now they're gonna have to swing around. Shank so aggressive on Banana, really caught them off guard, got beyond their setup, and AGM gets more. The op finds the pick right as the smoke blooms, and now that's a great advantage going into the 5th round. Polar Ace have a lot of room to rumble, and they've split this defense in a major way. The only concern I have is that Base is alone towards the top of Banana, and he's the man with the bomb. They'll redress this issue. They'll bring back the squad and give him some support and some reinforcements, but there's a little concern there that we could end up with a situation where, despite the meager numbers, the CTs have control of the parcel of explosives. Now they're going to group up. They're going to ready themselves for the hit. And Zelsis and Dapper better get ready for this, because the action's coming.
Base just opened up beautifully. Zelsis has been eliminated, leaving Dapper all by himself in a one and done, and he's found himself the first, and he's reset for the second, but he's unable to find it. And the bomb can be recovered and planted now towards default, but Swag is just so far away. I don't imagine he even bothers to go for this. Yeah, he's already setting up for the save.
The money's definitely not healthy enough to justify this. They've got some cash, the Broza and Dapper. Dapper should be able to drop something. If he saves this, Swag should be able to drop as well, so another buy should come out. But if he were to lose it, suddenly they're very hamstrung. Polar Ace, they get on the board, and they get on the board with a convincing round as well, which is nice to see for them to really get back in and contest this. Lazarus need to settle down a wee bit and maybe find a little bit more of an opportunity over towards that Banana. Maybe a bit of a chance to take a bite out of it before they get bit.
Yeah, I mean, the support flashes was just like a tiny little bit too late right there. And Polar Ace, of course, this is the first round on the board, but they've kept 4 players alive, so this is off to a great start for the economic turnover here. Let's see what Lazarus is up to. I mean, Swag has enough to drop a FAMAS at most. Dapper could drop an AWP, so Broza could buy his own weapon. So I think it will be yeah, definitely going to be a force buy, but it's not going to be the best of purchases here.
Dapper with a mag. Love to see it. You love to see it. What's he going to play with a mag? Mid? Seems like mid's the answer. Maybe in towards the boiler. Smoke down, playing around that mid smoke. That could be bold. That could be tricky. See what he can do with the big Swag 7. Oh, Zelsis, though, is going to be the one with the close-up op pixel angle, and Picky might just test him here. He's moving forward. They're holding for this, and there should be bodies here in a moment. So if Zelsis is making noise, he could get caught off guard. There's AGM on the tag, but he doesn't find a shot. Instead, Zelsis plants it back, though it's not a kill. Now they know the op is present on this A bomb site, but it's looking like they want to bully it regardless. Like they want to try and find an opener, and they want to try and find space. The problem is a lot of this CT defense is now in position to contend.
Because basically just found a kill through the smoke. Swag has to be a little bit upset by that one. Now the smoke is coming out. It's going to apply a lot of the pressure here towards the A site. And it's going to cause a bit of confusion as well. But, hey, Zelsis is still going aggressive. I like that he knows he needed some sort of advantage, and he's found it. And it's all back down to 4s.
The man who is IGL now, just finding a little bit of impact. And you can see they're aware that they've lost the potential of this arch. That's what Sabrosa is holding for. But it's going to put Infinite on a bit of an island. Fortunately, he should be able to find this one shot unless they hard check him and then fade away. And since the crunch is coming through, this could get very deadly indeed. The question is really, can that lurk out towards the apartments draw enough focus to prevent this rotate from coming in? That's a one and done for Infinite. He gets dropped out. Sabrosa gets himself an easy frag, and that will make this a lot easier to mop up. The bomb's planted, but the other T is so far away that's really left to AGM to basically play this 1v3 up until his comrade can get there. And he's backing right into Sabrosa, who will take full advantage of the free kill and leaves it all to Jonah Pre to try and deny the defuse.
He has no utility as well. He's just going to have to raw peek it as soon as he gets spotted, which he just did. Now they know exactly where he is. Zelsis goes wide just a little bit too soon. And Jonah P almost making that work. That looked a little bit messy there from Lazarus, but a round nonetheless. 5-1. Polar Ace's economy is still intact, so they likely will be buying. And that's a lot of pressure here, Mike, if they lose this next one. Yeah, it's so expensive.
From a 3v1 to a 1v1 that they win by the slimmest of margin. Lazarus, that's dangerous. That is so dangerous. They've given a road back into this for Polar Ace.
They have a good amount of utility, though.
They do. They take the 2 SMGs to get that utility up. But that may not matter if they get first alive before they do so. That's a ton of molly damage through and more onto Sabrosa. So they're looking, they're limping already with the SMGs. There's some limiters, but now they're just going to be limping along. Let's see what they can do despite their slightly critical step.
I do like the setup here from Lazarus, though. As long as Zelsis is controlling that banana, they can maintain their 4 men towards A site. And if Polar Ace fails to push Zelsis off, they'll keep that 4 man. Now the flashbang comes out, but they're walking straight into a stack.
Dapper, it's a nice crossfire setup as well. Swag can take advantage of it. He's being dug out, but still alive for the moment and still to be feared. That bomb has been coughed up right onto the site, and the mollies can just batter them back at the choke point. Now Zelsis can get here and support as well, and the full brunt of the CT defense is ready to stave off base in AGM. We're a dynamic duo to be sure, but this is a pretty big ask of them.
Yeah, and Zelsis is holding down the R side as well, so Sabrosa and Swag can just focus up on lane and hulls. And as long as Zelsis is here supporting them, they should have this one locked down. Now Swag just shot a bullet by accident. I imagine it's only a distraction away from Sabrosa's position. This is going to be a really tough one here.
That's a tough one as well. Losing his comrade. It's just going to be AGM trying to pluck kills, and they're just toying with him, hopping back and forth, finding the swing. He tries to find the timing, but can only find the timing to try and slip away before Swag ends his existence. 3 kills for Swag in the round, and a big impact round as well to keep the economy healthy here for Lazarus and give them a chance to build more and more of a lead. Now 6-1. This is starting to get pretty worrying if you're the Polar Ace side. Your chances for recovery are getting slimmer and slimmer with each passing round.
And you've just invested fully as well, so if they drop this one, they likely will be down 8-1. Now the flashbangs are coming out. Lazarus is looking for that peak down middle. Zelsis might not be too comfortable peeking all the way down, but look at that nade. That's a single, no, that's a double nade, okay. I was gonna say, Jonah P, he's found a kill onto Swag though. That's a massive find.
Sometimes you just need to let Jonah P open up around for you. This man can go nuts when he's called upon, when his number is called, and it's looking like he might get an opportunity here. He's certainly going to have drawn a ton of CT attention. They're now moving the full brunt of their assault here to defend. I'm not quite sure what the call is, because there's definitely still an opportunity for Polar Ace to get onto B. And now late Infinite will move back, recognizing that possibility, but it's at least turned itself into 1 kill to equalize the numbers. A little bit too slow from Polar Ace to capitalize on what was definitely an over-rotation. Now, they still might, though. Infinite is alone. If they smoke him off, if they force him back, that might be a bomb plan, and that might totally change the complexion of the round. There's a gap and a molly. Oh, that's so tough. The spam finds the first. They can find more on the flank. This gets dangerous indeed for the Polar Race side, and though they're flashing through, they're pushing, they're trying to find something, it will ultimately be for naught. As 3 stay alive and Lazarus claim the 7-1. That's now 2 maps in a row we got to that 7-1.
Brazil.
I think Polar Race can run it back like Singularity did.
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. It really has to be one of these swing rounds, though. I mean, they're so close to breaking that economy for Lazarus. They just need that one gun round, that little break. But it seems like Lazarus is not afraid of taking those early risks. Base has found a kill towards the B site, but Trey's down the middle as well. And Swag and Infinite have made this round virtually impossible as it's down Shonk with just a Galil in a 1 versus 3. And he's walking into an op, but it misses. Okay.
Shonk's starting to be killed with 1 AUG bullet. It takes many AUG bullets instead, though they will eventually find him. 8-1. Lazarus just climbing higher and higher. You know, I want one of these days when they do one of their local LAN rosters for the roster to be named Ace of Base.
To be named what?
Base?
Ace of Base?
I don't understand this reference, do you?
No. I don't think anyone in here understands this reference.
It's a Swedish pop group, Ace of Base. I don't know.
Oh, well then.
Like you.
Maybe the EU members in here will understand. Regardless, it is also looking for an early pick, and he's found Base. The Ace of Base is dead.
The Ace of Base is dead indeed, and with so little work within the round, you need your ace. You need your ace in the sleeve. We'll see what they can find. It's not optimistic here. Lazarus looking like they're probably going to claim 9 here. Maybe slide towards double digits. After that, this is starting to really take on the air of hopelessness if you're Polar. Ooh, that's a nice tag, though, from Shonk. Swag now low. Maybe he's going to have to think better of it. And there's the finisher. Jonah P out from Apps. A little bit of opportunity here. Never kept the hand cannons out. Let's see if they can find more. As I say that, the blue tide seems to sweep back through the kill feed. And it's just Jonah P and EGM trying to find some sort of damage on the periphery, trying to find some sort of impact. I think it may actually be AGM's birthday today. So maybe he can get himself a birthday round. Not this one, though.
Hey, happy birthday, AGM. Community loves you, man.
Mike Bood.
Young Mike.
His #1 fan.
I think he just turned 26 today, I think.
Yeah.
Old man with the young jeans.
Right. Yep, 26 today. Well, happy birthday.
9-1
maybe not the present he was hoping for.
Yeah. I think this is definitely not the present he was hoping for. I mean, unless he's into spankings, which I'm not entirely sure, but
you know, that's pretty wild at these local lands.
But 9-1 on CT side. I can only imagine that Lazarus is going to get better on the T side as well with so much firepower behind them. So if I'm Polar Ace, I'm looking for every single round I can get right here in this half. But AGM has opened it up. So that's off to a good start. This could still finish 9-6. And I mean, 9-6 is still a good half, all things considered.
You would need to be flawless, though, from here on out. And it just... there hasn't been a lot to convince me of that possibility for Polar Ace this far. But they're going to attempt. They're taking a little bit of control towards the top of Banana. Sabrosa, though, wants to get aggressive, and there's the flash. He actually gives himself up. There wasn't really... I mean, that was a bold strategy, right? It doesn't pay off this time. Infinite flashes him through, and he finds himself with a gun barrel right in the face. So now, another man down. The potential for this to come through. They've lost AGM in turn. But Infinite smoked out, and that should be a red carpet towards the B-bomb site extended. They haven't committed yet, though. And Infinite's gotten back through the smoke as a result.
I really like this pressure and call from Polar Ace. I mean, they've shown so much presence towards the B site, and now Lazarus pushing into B has realized that no one's here, and the A site is open for business. Now, mind you, they're not quite sure if this is clear or not, so they will waste a little bit of time before they plant the bomb. But it seems like now they have full control. The bomb is being planted for that pit position, and this... oh, man, this pulse plan is going to be so difficult here.
Nice crossfire setup. 2 players in towards the pit, 2 players in towards site. You can really just poison them. They're all coming from the same direction. Everyone's towards lane. Lane gets the party started. Dapper's following it up. Infinite is just unreal in these kinds of rounds, but Picky from the corner will stay strong for his squad and find enough to get the second round on the board for Polar Ace. A quick 2K and 2 rounds now in the win column for the Wolfie side. They're going to need a whole lot more, though, to make this a respectable half.
Definitely, but this is a good swing round right here as well. Lazarus is fully invested. They have everything in here, and they barely came out with much. I mean, yeah, they have the AWP, yeah, they have the AUG, but only a single kit, up a Moss, and an UMP as well. So the advantage here is for Polar Ace. They could make this happen. This would be a massive round to find as well. Let's see if they can make it work. It seems like Lazarus wants to... Okay, that double nade just brought Shonk down to...
Oh.
He's not having a great time on Banana, is he?
He's shonkless now. That's really rough. Dapper's looking for exactly this peak as well. He could find it. This is really going to come down towards timing and towards back bracket control. If Dapper gets an opening pick with the AWP, he's not often the player you see holding the AWP for the squad. He's certainly capable of it.
Definitely.
That could really be a domino effect. They're not going to test him, though. They're going to withdraw. Seems like with the top banana presence that they've got, they want to see what they can find.
I wonder if they heard the scope in middle. Because that might have been the call to just fall off the AWP. Let's not contest it. Let's not lose numbers. We know they're limited on utility. And the B site would be a perfect site to hit as well. But that smoke is perfectly timed. And it's going to buy Lazarus time to find information. And they seem to have found it. And within the next 10 seconds, Zelsis will be on the B defense. So Polar Ace, their opportunities now.
And through there going to go. Shonk just bullying through despite the fact that he's blind. Will find one somehow before he gets claimed by Infinite. They find the tap and Jonah P takes more. So the defenders of the B site are out of it. The rotation's already here and the C2 response is through, but they're getting chewed up as they do so. Swag now last alive for his squad with 4 on the other side. He's kind of just gonna get out of there. At least there's an AWP that's retrievable. He's sticking around for maybe a moment too long. Gotta get that off before the smoke fades and get the heck out of Dodge. Polar Ace will now claim 3, and they keep themselves alive in what could have been a brutal round, and they hit that reset button for Lazarus' economy.
Yeah, and another perfectly called round by Polar Ace as well. I mean, they recognized the gap. They exposed it. So, all Lazarus has, I should say, is an AWP to work with in the next round. I don't imagine the rest of the players will be buying up. Maybe P250 for Zelsis at most. Maybe a couple flashbangs. But besides that, it should be a round for Polar Ace as long as they can avoid Swag's AWP. Whoa! What is happening? Oh my god.
Okay, so just avoid the AWP. That's like the landmine, right? Just go test, make sure you can't get caught by the landmine. Sabroza has the Zeus, also definitely a critical piece of this component to avoid. Looks like it's going to be the heavy stack. They're just going to leave Swag with a 1 AWP to threaten towards Banana and put every other potential pistol over towards this A site. Hope they come to you, hope they let you do some damage, maybe whittle down their numbers. But Polar Ace, they're playing it nice and slow.
And rightfully so. Now the AWP for Swag is towards Banana. As long as he's there, that stack for on the A side will remain. But really, I mean, I'm even surprised that Zelsis bought armor with just a USP. I mean, what even is the point of that? You might as well just save up your economy fully. Let's see how it plays out. Pop flash coming out. Polar Ace looking to gain some ground, but there is a stack here.
I thought Sabroza was just going to commit to this Zeus on site. He goes ahead and takes a few taps with the pistol, but now that the rest of his squad is dead, he's going to swing, and he's going to find it. The taser rings out, and the incredibly masculine wail of a man who's just been Zeused is heard on the server. Swag will maybe be able to keep this op alive. He's certainly already saving for it, although they should probably hunt at least a few. And Polar Ace, they are going to claim their 4th. They're making this look a lot better, Roy. The comeback, it's starting to mount.
Yeah, this is the 9-4. Again, 9-6 is relatively a standard finish on Inferno. 8-7s, 9-6s all day. 10-5s or even sometimes as well. But as soon as you go over that 11-4, that's a little bit on an overperformance side. Yeah, 4 players alive. Perfect round. Swag was denied not even a single opportunity to find a kill as well. So I mean, Polar Ace, their calls, their aim, it's all coming together, and that's really all they need to topple this giant right here. wonder if Lazarus buys here, or if they'll save up.
I think they invest.
They buy. Yeah, they have the op. That
op
might
just
be
got
the.
tossed.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. It just leaves him with little utility and little kits. I think Lazarus will be the only one with that.
That's an interesting detail. I wonder if that was spawn based, because that you don't often see Swag drop the op to someone else. It's definitely spawn based. He's trying to take this pick towards the top of Banana. No one's quite here to get it. Picky's gonna find the opener and the second as well. Okay, Picky finds a quick 2K. That's the A-bomb site right for the taking. They can take all of the map control in the world, and especially with what you're talking about, this is gonna be the save right off the bat. That's a 5th round for Polar Ace, and what a way to get it. Picky going off.
Man, I love double entries. It's such a fun mechanic to watch when a player just has his aim true and accurate and crisp and clean. There it is, the bomb now being planted. I wonder if they'll start hunting here once they realize that Lazarus really just wants to save these weapons for the final round, because they're really broke. They need all the weapons they can get here. I am really surprised to see Polar Ace not sending at least 2-3 people to hunt right now, though. It's now they're realizing, okay, it's a little bit late, but better late than
I think
never.
they honestly didn't believe for themselves that this Lazarus roster wouldn't try for the retake, right? That this is a roster that's so known for having supreme confidence in their own skill, and maybe, I mean, this shines a sign of a little bit of control, a little bit of conservatism. It's kind of nice to see. He's gonna drop Molly's trying to stay alive, and Celsius will pluck up first, but they're definitely going to continue to chase. As soon as this Molly fades, he's gonna be lucky to get out of this position alive. The Molly's going to his hand, but the spray hasn't quite caught up. Base actually dies to himself. Little nade damage there, and he keeps 3 guns alive. So that's pretty critical for Lazarus, especially with the op up as well.
Yeah, that just got him full weapons, full utility, and full kits. I mean, that's a great save. Talos is holding on with his dear life. He knew how important it was to keep it, and he was not going to give that away for free. So 9-5, a potential 9-6 finish right here, or a 10-5 for either of these teams. Zelsis is smoke. Well, you got to see it go it a little bit. So he's down at 21 HP. Unlucky. But off to a good start for Polar Ace. They'll take that.
That's the way you got to do it. If they run back this 6th, I mean, what a recovery. We've now got 4 rounds in a row. And they tack on a 5th. Remains to be seen. It's a heavy presence towards the A-bomb site. They're just leaving Zelsis onto Banana to contend with that op, and everybody else has eyes towards A. Polar Ace is headed their direction as well, so it's really just going to be the full brunt of each roster squaring off. We're going to see who can come out on top. This is going blow for blow. Who's going to be standing when the smoke clears?
Oh, this is going to be so messy, so bloody. That's better the flashbangs. They should do some work here. Gonna blind them just enough to get them out. The unable to find a single kill, but at least Sabrosa from sight, and Swag finding one as well. And those are 1-for-1 trades, so it's down to 3s on sight. But Sabrosa unable to find another, so the advantage is for Polar Ace, and a good turnaround that they needed.
Oh, Tapper nearly taken down through the smoke as well. Now both remaining players are so checked low. That nade might do it. It chases Dapper ever lower, and despite the flash, all it's going to take is a quick tap, and Picky can recover in time. And the second tap is straight to the dome. 9-6. What a run back from Polar Ace. They're still on the back foot here moving into the second half, but they have made this a lot more comfortable. A 9-6 half is perfectly reasonable. Nothing out of the ordinary. And it was looking like a catastrophe for a long time there, Roy.
I mean, I called it the 9-6 run back. That's it's a good turnaround. And there was what 9-1 at one point. For the fact that they made 5 rounds in a row towards the end is just beastly.
That's
and
nuts.
It requires a lot of mental fortitude, right? When you know you're playing against an overdog and they're running you over, it takes a special kind of player, a special kind of mindset to keep you focused. Now Lazarus, an important round coming up for them right here as they look to maintain the lead. And a comfortable economic start here on the T side. Polar Ace, of course, they have a stack, but it's not in the right place. But Base will soon spot them.
What a gamble. Base needs to go ham here. He's going to stay alive. That's important. Now the rotation can come in from his comrades. The comms are here. I saw everybody. Get your butts over here. I need help. He's back into the site. Smoke slows him down just a little bit. Now they're hopping out towards Pit, but he's flashed to oblivion, and they still haven't found his spot. There it is. There's the find. There's the tap, and the bomb site secured. It's going to be a 4-on-5 retake, and the bomb will be decidedly planted to make that a lot easier for the Lazarus side.
I believe the kit's on the site as well, right? Base had a kit? Or am I mistaken?
Sounds about right.
Might have had armor. It's going to get... If they don't have a kit, this is dangerous.
Gotta get it started here. That's the first to fall, but Celsius is still alive towards the back, and he's found one and no more. Okay, just gonna be Dapper in the pit. They can start to get on the defuse, and he can't even find a frag. So kit or no kit, they're still going to be able to get this, as they just annihilated Lazarus as soon as they decided they were gonna move back in.
Oh.
Wow. He's got it.
Okay.
Yeah, last second.
Oh my god. 0.5 half a second left, Mike. If they were if Dapper just crouched once in the pit, he won the round right there. Nuts that it came down to that. But Lazarus, they're gonna go for the curveball. That was an impressive retake with no kit. That's crazy.
No kit. They keep 3 alive. All things considered, a man down, moving back into A. That's tough. That's really well done for Polar Ace to come back on, and that's really going to make it easier for them to run back these rounds. Now you see the force buyout. It's actually the hero AK from Zelsis, who's just going to be trying to action hero this all alone, trying to open it up towards A with the rifle. The rest of his team saving for the next round. This is an interesting one.
We haven't heard the AK pop off yet, though. As far as Polar Ace is concerned, there's just Deagles and pistols right now. They have no idea there's a one-shot rifle available here. No idea. And if they don't clear it well, if they don't deal with it well, they could find themselves getting doubled or triple entry here. Uh-oh.
Very interesting.
I'm actually nervous for Polar Ace here, Mike. This is going to be a 4-man explode on the B site. And they hold back. Gonna need to.
The good thing, though, is the one rifle from the Polar Ace side on Picky is here and is ready. The late smoke in should bloom just in time. And if Zelsis gets caught out by this AUG, that's going to be really the ace in the hole for Lazarus. Hurtling down. He gets boosted up. That's the frag. The gun's retrievable, but they stave off disaster for the moment. They're going to hold Lazarus at bay, and now it's on an unarmored opponent. So it's much easier to battle down with the SMGs when that aim punch comes in. Okay, never mind aim punch. How about nade punch?
And yeah, they're not even able to get past this wall of smoke as well, so they're going to go ahead and back on out of there. Dapper's hearing all this what's happening, and Base is, well, he's just fooning, so he's avoiding shots left and right, and Swag says, well, I'm desperate, so I'm going to go ahead and push, but he finds nothing as well, and Infinite says, well, we kind of need this AK-47. So I'm going to try to hold on to that with no time left on the clock. So, Polar Ace picking up a flawless round. They're back in
Time expires. This money's going to be super weird, right? Now you've got players investing in this round, and Zelsis is limited. So he's presumably going to be, a MAC 10, so he's going to be the scout for the squad. So they've evened it out, but that one got strange. Still, 4 SMGs alive for Polar Ace. That's going to be challenging. 4 AKs up. This should be the round where Lazarus starts to run it back, or at least assert themselves. That bonus round mentality could come back to bite them, but they're turning it into aggression, and they're turning that into trades. And somehow, still alive is going to be Jonah P, playing around the smoke at the bottom of sight, who's upgraded himself to a rifle.
Yeah, and Lazarus has realized that with the aggression coming out Banana, it's likely that Arch is clear, so they're taking full control. But Infinite's up in halls, and he just got overwhelmed by 2 players. So now the information is a lot clearer for Lazarus, but they're a man down as a trade. Now it's all really going to come down to Dapper here. If he can open up this A site, he has the flank onto Shonk. He's found the perfect timing. Shonk takes the weight, and Shonk is sidelined, and that's the A site now open. And it's going to have to be a 3 versus 3 retake on the A site. And they're coming in from every single direction here, Mike. It's going to get so chaotic.
The thing is, Polar Ace has the utility. They've got 2 mollies. They've got smokes. Base finds the kill on Dapper, which he'll do exactly that. Now that's the sort of wrinkle out. The big hidden gun in the defense is out of play, and it's just going to be left to Swag and Zelsis to try and get this through. A MAC 10 and an AK. 1 back in pit. Now 1 position. Known Swag's the last alive, but they know exactly where he's playing from. There's no way he gets 1-1 here. He's eliminated. That should be the defuse coming through, though they're bumbling on site. They have enough time, but Polar Ace will tie it up. 9-9, and the bonus round is escorted through. Big 4K from Base.
Massive.
And the Wolfpack have found their tied scoreline.
Yeah, what a round from Base. 4 kills in that. The kill on the flank as well to get Hall's control on the retake. That was just, honestly, just made it completely much easier for his team. So 9-9, things are tied up. We have a game on our hands here. Lazarus on the T side. They have a lot of money, and they have a massive loss bonus as well, so they will be picking up pistols, armor, and some utility for an execute. But I mean, Polar Ace, this is a round tipping in their favor by all means, by every measure. Weapons, utility, kits,
Now they're trying to overrun them towards lane, but here's the massacre. Shank's already found one. He's dropping off in the site. Base is still tucked into the corner. They're trying to hem him in, and Infinite and Dapper will eventually do that. And AGM falls as well, so okay, this gets dangerous. Infinite and Dapper now have rifles in hand, and they're ready to answer back. They are threatening. It's a 2v2 when Lazarus, in a round which should have been little to find, they're making it work.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Infinite's also in a very scary position. He's repositioned on top of the... I mean, this is a really hard angle to figure out, but Picky's won the duel, but he's down to 12 HP, still heavily favoring Dapper inside the pit, and Picky has no way to clear him out, and there it is. A Dapper spam comes out, and it is a round that should have never been Lazarus's, has been secured off a heroic performance from Dapper.
That shatters the economy, too, for Polar Ace. Base has a ton of cash, so he can drop. The question is, how much do they want to invest? That's going to be a timeout while they figure out their accounting here. AGM already goes up towards an SMG, so it's clearly going to be a force buy. Question is, does Base want to get an op out, or does he want to start to spread that wealth around? Let's what's Roy economics here? What's the play?
I think they buy. I think Base drops a rifle, possibly an op as well. Yeah, there's the op. He's probably going to drop either an M4 or an AUG over to one of these players as well. And I imagine they will be trying to contest this. I think right here is not only the call for what they want to buy, but what they want to do with this buy. Now, AGM has the best spawn towards the A site. He could go for that early pick potential. Of course, that is a risky play, and it's mostly a 50-50. Luckily for him, there are no oppers to contest this play. So, I mean, if he goes for it, he actually could be rewarded with very little risk. So, I wonder if he's aware of that fact. But, of course, there is a swag and an MP5 as well here in play, and I imagine those will be either in halls or up close banana, where they're the most effective. But overall, I mean, this is a decent buy. They have a kit as well, Base. I'm glad to see him kind of managing his economy for it. But this is the full investment here.
Everything's on the table here. Everything's on the table, Roy. We're gonna see him go exactly for that mid pick, it seems. Checking it now, slowing. Maybe waiting for a flash or a little bit of utility there to batter him back, but he doesn't take full advantage of the potential timing. And now their space has been gained by Lazarus. Zelsis is already up towards alt mid. He has the potential to find more, and that's a missed shot from AGM that he's not going to get back. The timing not paying out for him here. So the T side starting to bite off chunks of map control, and we'll see what they can do with it. Oh, the late push into Boiler just not going to be the key here. Not going to be the answer. And this A site is ripe for the taking.
Yeah, I mean, this is a smart play from Shank to just stay in halls. He's going to maintain control of it for now with the swag, which is in the one-shot range. And AGM has the timing, but Dapper's so fast on that trade, he's not going to let this round slip away. And they've lost their heavy firepower right here. They've lost their op. It's just an AUG now available for Picky.
Oh, the swag's getting aggressive off the back of it, and it's not the timing. Infinite catches him off. That's the A site with no defenders whatsoever. The bomb plant will come through. You know, they've recovered a little bit. There's not much to find for it. Jonah P was hoping to get the op out of that smoke, but they have wisely tossed it away, so there is no chance whatsoever for him to find it. And this should be a lost round for Polar Ace. Lazarus now rebuilding that lead that they let slip away, and Polar Ace on the back foot. At least an AK upgrade. That's not bad.
Hey, at this point, they'll take what they can get.
Jonah P knows there was an opt-out, and he's jumping on every corpse he can find and trying to chuck his gun away, hoping that it'll be there. What he doesn't know that I think it was Rosa. That might actually be retrievable. Look at where it's perched. Right by car. Right just up in the gate. I bet he could grab that.
I don't think they're going to realize that.
Oh, definitely not. But if they had spotted that little tuck of orange, that little brilliant dash of orange from the Asimov, that might have been retrievable.
Now, for me, the issue here, Mike, is the fact that, well, Polar Ace's economy is, their loss bonus is reset. So this could be a double save right here. And I wonder if they just full save or if they kind of force around these two rifles that they have. And looking like the former, it's going to be a full save around the AK and the AUG. I want to see what Jonah P and Picky are going to do here, because this round really is going to depend on them heavily. I'd like to see a hero play.
There's no reason to get too ridiculous and throw your money after what is an already weakened situation. Just to pamper yourself going forward. But it doesn't look like they're going to give you their hero play. What they're going to do is they're going to put the two rifles towards one site, give them the maximum impact or maximum chance to have impact if the hit is indeed that direction, and then just stack the three pistols on the other.
I like this actually. It's a good plan. What?
They might get a chance too.
Wait, yeah.
Starting to come this way. You
No,
still
there's
need
definitely a
that
chance.
hero play, but you gotta pay his Sony. Shoney can do it before.
Mhm.
Now he's tucked in. Ooh, this is gonna be the opportunity, but they're gonna be coming his direction. He's got to stand strong in the face of a big onslaught.
Yeah, they just heard him stomping around as well, so they know there's definitely presence here towards the A site.
Now they know utility's been spent as well. Oh, Jonas gonna swing despite the flash there, set up beautifully to counter it. So that's one rifle out. It's one of the big guns. It's all gonna be on Picky. Another man who's had massive impact, but the smoke bounces. He takes a little bit of damage to that Molotov. In the meantime, though he'll try and find a frag, you can't imagine he can get much. They have got him painted into a corner. He is a wounded animal trapped, and they're just trying to end his life.
If you can survive long enough here, there's a massive flank coming as well. I mean, this could get messy, but he gets one shot in pit, and that's the round I think right there with that early found on Picky. I don't think there's hope here. Okay, at least.
Rifle saved. He's gonna get the heck out of Dodge as well. AGM says, "All right, round's lost. I got a gun. Let's go." Bye. Oh, Base hops through and still finds another. It's not really going to matter much. They instantly clean him up. It's still a decent conversion considering he was just on a bare USP.
Yeah.
At least take one gun out of their hands, hopping out of the balcony. So there's going to be a rifle save, presumably. They are hunting, but AGM is trying to keep this gun up. Dapper might find him, but no, he's going to pull off at just the wrong moment.
Wait.
So AGM presumably going to keep this rifle. I say presumably.
Oh no, does he look up there? Does he look up there?
Okay, so now this gets expensive.
Yeah, that's a really good round for Polar Ace. I mean, they kept one of the AKs alive as well, so I mean, that helps their economy massively. Now, that will be full utility coming out here on one of these players. There it is. It's dropped to Jonah P. AGM goes for the hero op. The glass cannon, excuse me, not the hero op.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Very brittle. This glass cannon gonna be very brittle, but we'll see if he can open it up. He can be such a big presence for this roster when he's hitting his shots. Need him to do so. The birthday boy needs to be the one giving gifts to his roster, and he's not quite going to find it on that peak, but there's a lot of damage being done towards Banana, and look at this aggressive play from Jonah P. Dapper calls his bluff, guesses his position, and finds him with the spray, so all that gamble for naught.
Oh, they're trucking. Yeah, they're trucking in. Base from CT spawn, spraying away with the help of Picky find 1-for-1 trades, and Base wants to re-aggress. This is the hero play right there. That's one found by Sabrosa with 1 HP. Trades it out once again. Shonk, AGM, 2 versus 3. There's a wounded Dapper. There's a pretty wounded Sabrosa, but there's a flank coming in from Infinite, and that might be the deal sealer. Away.
Oh. He missed the shots. The jig is up. They know he's here, but the problem is that's such a threat to them that they can't comfortably move on to site. And he knows that the ghost in their mind that he might be here is enough. And so Infinite's going to rotate off to reinforce it through a more traditional angle. That's actually brilliant. He doesn't find the kill. That would have been preferable, obviously, but he creates the doubt in their mind, and now they can't comfortably try it.
I do like that a lot from Infinite. If he gave up his life right there, that would give them the peace of mind. But as long as he maintains his life, it's like paranoia constantly in the minds of the Polar Ace squad. And it has Lazarus, though, picking up the 13th round. I mean, there's looking like there's a lot of hope for Polar Ace. It was a competitive half, but it seems like they can't get anything going. And Shonk peeks into a line of fire and gets domed. So, well, that's one of the rifles gone.
Why would you ever do that? It's not like taking Infinite's gun away would have any impact whatsoever. I mean, okay, a little bit, but just why?
Yeah, it's a risk-reward thing.
That hurts me.
Yeah, that hurts. Definitely hurts. All right, AGM, birthday boy, what you got for us? Really gonna come down to him, isn't it? He's really the only person, unless one of these decals goes massive. Yeah, no way to expect that angle. That's gonna be a free pick for Infinite. AGM still hunting for that find, still hunting for the equalizer. An opportunity presented, but not taken. Swag. He's made this round virtually impossible for Polar Ace, and now Dapper's spraying through the smoke towards B side to open that up as well. And I think they'll just transition to B side now.
Monk's got the off, but they're just flanking out. It's just gonna be Picky, who's got nothing more to find. Lazarus claimed their 14th, and there will be another gun round out here for Polar Ace, but this is really the last stand. If they lose it, they'll have completely depleted the coffers.
Mm-hmm.
Lazarus will be on map point, and they'll be ready to just roll through and close it home. It's going to be the double up to answer back. Jonah P and AGM need to lead the way for their squad. They need to find the frags, and right now they're sitting at the bottom of the board for the roster, so they have to be the dominant force to guide the rest of the team through. And look at that utility damage at the top of Banana. They're coming in walking wounded to begin with.
Everybody's wounded. Anyone that wants to banana is pretty much hurt right now. Base is down at 22 HP. AGM is still looking for a find on towards middle in the arch or in the poor side, excuse me. Zelfs is just kind of lurking about. Infinites and Halls, and AGM will find Zelfs. That's a massive find, but Swag is so fast on that trade. Uh-oh, Dapper.
Oh, Dapper just waiting for exactly that push from Picky. Picky not ready for it. Surprised he wasn't clearing specifically for it. They didn't have any utility to clear it out. Utility was limited for sure, but still, it's a rough position to overlook. Now it's the A site that seems to be most threatened, and though there is 2 CT defenders here, they are going to be battered in just a moment, and these CT defenders have about 1.5 mans worth of health. Oh, just like that. They're all gone. It's left to Jonah P, who's got a big decision to make. There's no way he can go for this. So the question is, how does he keep the rifle alive? How does he keep the big green gun alive to give Polar Ace at least something to play with in what could be this last round?
Oh, man. They're coming in from all directions as well. They have 2 towards Banana. They're going to ensure the trade right here. And as soon as he shoots towards Infinite, who Infinite seems to be kind of vigilant of that angle as well. He's not really peeking it too much, and there it is. Now they know exactly where he is. And that's it, Mike. No way he saves this one. Oh, he goes for the... Oh, Swag, no. He just stole his knife.
Away. Swag takes it away. There's going to be some saltiness in the comms right here. He tries to go for the knife, and Swag steals it. Yoinked. 15-9 with nothing really to fight with. 4 UMPs out, a single FAMAS. They've got utility at the least, but this is brutal to try and contend. And this has now been 6 rounds in a row off the back for Lazarus. There was a nice run at the end of last half and even into the start of this half for Polar Ace. The Lazarus have now reasserted themselves and just given up nothing.
I feel like there's so many cars that Polar Ace hasn't really pulled into this on the CT side yet. Now they're losing control of Banana once again. They have no way to really control it. Now the hull setup might be effective. Infinite will likely lose his life to the end. Oh, Picky actually finds a kill towards Banana as well. Now suddenly the round is flipped on his head. Okay. We have a round.
Retrieve toward Apps as well. That's another one towards the top of Banana that if they stop babysitting can be retrieved. This gun buy is so much better than it was just a second ago, Roy. And the man advantage, this is a game. Celsius trying to right the wrongs, creeping up towards Arches. He's going to have a player right around to his left. Check it. He's certainly going to. And Dapper's actually going to save him the trouble, finding the kill instead. Now they're moving on, and Shonk in towards the pit and base on site are going to need to stand strong. An SMG and a rifle. Many T's are ready to feast. The problem is if they wait too long, that flank's gonna come through. Yes, they're holding for it, but you don't want to be relying on finding the timing there. Okay, Base still alive in the corner. Zelsis digs him out, but here's the chance for the trade. Zelsis has the pivot, though, finding more, and the kills are coming through. Shonk's got one. It's all Zelsis on site, and Polar Ace will survive, at least for the moment. They are still in this, Roy. They are still ready.
Yeah, I'm glad to see them still fighting back. Now, the only issue for me here is, 1, they obviously need 5 more rounds for overtime. 2, Lazarus' economy is so strong that they'll likely just be buying out for the rest of this half. So it's going to be gun rounds from here on out if Polar Ace wants overtime. It's tough. That is so tough. There's no potential for a reset. Dapper's found the opening pick as well, and Picky's gone down. That's B presence eliminated. It's just Jonah P now all by himself, and he's only going to linger so long until he feels way too pressured. Oh, that's
Jonah
it.
P. They just catch him with the spray through. He was committing to it. He was trying to go for the bold play, and the bold play yields bold results, bold losses. AGM through, gets that quick scope onto the first, but the problem is there's 2 there, and they're not lined up for him. So a man advantage still through, and Dapper now with very forward positioning is going to turn that into an attempted elbow shot. He's actually got to back off, and they're trying to run him down. Dapper on the retreat. Bomb will be planted at the very least, and that op is still alive, but he's going to be a little careful here, and nearly gives an opportunity back into the round for Polar Ace, and they've at least claimed the ground. Infinite nades his teammate.
But fortunately, Dapper has the response. Still Shonk, and Infinite will make sure that his mistake isn't what sends the round hurtling away. 16-10, Lazarus close it out. And it is going to be a very strong game for them. There was a run back from Polar Ace, but ultimately wasn't enough juice in the tank to bring it through.
Yeah, I mean, they got, what, 8 rounds in a row right there? 5 towards the end of the first half. They got picked up the first 3 rounds of the second half as well. I mean, there's so many signs of life, and there's so many opportunities for swing rounds as well for Polar Ace. So, I mean, that was a bit of a kind of a short finish. I feel like they could have pumped out a better performance right here. They had everything lined up for them as well, but I feel like their CT side just kind of fell flat. They started playing a little too passive. Yeah, AGM, went aggressive several times, but he wasn't able to capitalize even on the rounds where he was presented opportunities. So that's really unfortunate for them. But that is the conclusion of the second map for us. Now we do have one final matchup coming up. It is ATK versus the French Canadians Livid coming up next. I believe this is going to be in about 5 minutes or so. So stay tuned, hang around. The action will continue really soon. But if you haven't done so already, guys, please do follow our socials. Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, as well as Mike. He's really desperate for follows. Help him out. And mine down here, down below. Help me out as well. And we will be back in about 5 minutes, guys. Stay tuned.